Hey folks, welcome to Tiny Truck Haven, your place for all things RC. I'm your host Jim. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any projects we have going on here. We're building a Tamiya Mini four-wheel drive today, so let's get right into it. Alright, so welcome. This is my first video, but more importantly, this is my first Tamiya Mini build. So let's get this satisfying drop on there. Cool. Pull these out. Let's get down to our instructions. And not any of that stuff right now. Shiny sticker sheet. So first off, we have the body. Let's get snipping away real quick. So next up, we have to assemble the body here. You know, kind of come in a little bit of an angle from top to bottom. And then we just pop the little trunk on there, just like that. Beautiful. Next, we're going to start building the chassis. First, we're going to take our yellow gear with our flat side facing outwards. We're going to drop it right into there. Next, we're going to take our orange gear with the teeth facing the yellow gear. Drop that right into there. Next, our drive shaft. There's a little hole right before the two gears and a couple of slots. Drop in perfectly like that. Take our other orange gear with the teeth facing the other way now. Drop that into there. Beautiful. Next, we're going to install the switch terminal. I would say the best way, grab yourself a pair of needle nose pliers, your little hooked copper piece here, bend it in a little bit, just enough to hold it. That's probably going to happen as well quite a few times. Now there's a little post in there. You're going to ever so slightly make it work. All right. Then over on the parch tree, we're going to go to number 12. Snip this little boy off. Put you back over here. Next, we're going to take the switch with the right angle facing upwards towards you. Just drop it in there on top of the other peg. Fit in perfectly. All right, so let's get into building the tires. Let's hack away at these real quick. Next, we're going to slip these on real quick. Next, we're going to install the bushings into the chassis. So then we're going to take our drive shafts. Yeah, we'll call them drive shafts. Put them into the tire. After a little research, I found out this works the best. I want something hard to push on. We'll see if that's in there later on. I'm going to slide it in all the way through. Grab another tire here. Sandwich this on. There we go. I suppose you didn't need anything to back the other side. It'll just squeeze all together. You're going to do the same thing in the front now. Oh, make sure you put that gear back in. And find the hole. There we go. Squeeze that all together. Make sure it rolls, preferably if your fingers aren't on the drive shaft. And see what we got going on next. Next, we're going to grease up all of our rolling points, mainly in our differential here, because we're about to close this boy up. Is there no grease in here? Alright, so since Tamiya decided to give me a bum bottle of grease, it's okay. I got some white lithium. This should do just fine. If you want, you can yell at me in the comments. I don't care. Squirt a little on there. I do use a glue tip that fits right over top of your extend and helps also conserve some of it and gets it into tight spaces. Make sure this rolls properly. I said properly. Okay. It does snap back in at some point. Alright, whatever. Next we're going to take A2, which is the cover for the power switch, with the rounded part facing forwards. You will slide it right into the rail there. Beautiful, and snap it forward. Next, we're going to put the terminal onto the motor with the tabs facing upwards. It's going to snap right over the rounded part on the back end. Next, we're going to take our pinion gear and slide it right over with the gear facing outwards from the motor. So it's about flush there. So next, we're going to take A11, turn our car upside down, place these here, grab the little, what are these? 2 by 5 millimeter screws. Heck, those are small. Get that started in there. Grab the other one. Place them into the top portion. Not going to do the bottom ones just yet. So nice and snug. Don't want to do too much. We'll ruin the plastic at that point. So next, the motor. See how we can finagle this into here. Out of the way. Alright, so yes, just like that. Beautiful. Next, we're going to take our A6 and our A3. The 6 we're going to just slide in down here. That was backwards. There we go. Just like that. Flip them back over. Now the A3. Not sure it's supposed to fully lock in or not, but that's good enough. Next, we're going to grease the gear that we just installed, because we're going to install our gear cover next. So a little dab there and a dab there. Roll around and then give it a second go. Because it's better to be a little over greased than under greased. Now we're going to install the gearbox cover. So underneath here, there's a little nub. Down by the yellow gear, there's going to be a notch. So you're going to put that in there. Going to go down and around the motor cover. It might take a little finagling. There we go. And when you need to, you can just lift this tab up and pull it out a little bit. And there you go. Now you have access to your gears again and you can maintenance them. Next, we're going to install our rear roller tray. So flip him over, grab your tray, slide it in there, drop the screw in. Great. Flip it back over. Next, we're going to grab our rollers here with our step screws. Go. The very edges. Get that started. Also, I would highly suggest you trim up your rollers if need be. That way, when you're going around the track, it's not catching and slowing you down. That way, you get the best performance. Spin it afterwards. Now let's get the full set. Now, after you roll all the way down, in case you need to make an adjustment, there we go. Now we're going to grab our fronts. Nice. One more. Do a little fine tuning here. You want them to be as freely moving as possible. This one's still a little stiff, it seems. Pull that back a bit. We'll send it. So next we're going to install our batteries. Then grab our battery cover. Drop it on down into here. Slide it forward. Next, finally, we get to grab the body, slide the little tongue into the groove up front here. Now in the rear, we're going to take this little latching piece, put it onto there, turn it sideways. There we go. All right. That was a lot of fun. Thanks for being here, guys. If you want to see anything else, please let me know down in the comments. We'll be back next time with more projects.